In this second segment, we'll talk about our floor defense fundamentals. As always, we try to establish a philosophy of our team. We truly believe that we should put our best defender where most of the balls go. Our philosophy is always to contest and to pursue every single ball, and each player should be responsible to defending her zone. At first, we always want our defenders to face the setter and quick attacker. That's where things happen fastest. And always, our defenders should ask themselves, can attacker hit the ball at me? Based on that, we can slightly modify how we position ourselves and we defend the attacker. We have a few principles in place. First principle, and probably the most important principle, is that ball knows the angles, so let the angle do the work. Most of the balls are dug with our platform, so we have to make sure that our platform creates great angles. We like to talk to our defenders about being quiet defender. What we mean by that is that we should make simple movements, be balanced on the ground, and let arms and hands respond to events. Digging the ball high and off the net, it's proven to be the most effective. We like to dig the ball 10 feet off and about 20 feet up high. This allows our attackers to transition and be available with full approach going back to the net and attack. Hitters tend to hit the ball where the set takes them. We've already established that when talking about our blocking. Same as with our blockers, also our back row defenders should be able to answer 3 questions mentioned earlier. What do I see? Seeing quality of the pass or a dig early enough will help us and our defenders to assess the situation and help eliminate some offensive options of the opponent. What do I know? Based on what we see and what we know from our game plan, we're able to create a defensive strategies. And accumulation of the information collected during first 2 steps, being able to answer those 2 first questions, will allow us to react properly and help us make great defensive plays. I'm going to show you a few examples how we want to defend. These are photos of our team being stopped, being in good position, ready to defend quick. Our defender, middle back defender, she's in spot that we like to call middle. Middle means middle between 3-meter line and serve line, and down the middle between this sideline and that sideline. She's going to be standing in that middle spot, stopped and facing the setter and expecting quick attacker to come to her zone. Our left front defender, she's standing in so-called 2 meters by 2 meters spot, or we can actually call it 6 feet times 6 feet, facing the setter, facing the quick attacker, ready to dig the ball with arms down and quiet. Exactly the same with our right front defender. She's in 2 by 2 or 6 feet times 6 feet spot, facing the setter and expecting to be hit at. This is our default defensive positioning when we are getting ready to defend any type of offense coming against us. But we would actually end up defending their quick attacker just like shown on this photo. Next photo represents and shows our defense when we are defending quick, fast left side attack, also called go. Our middle defender stays middle and just turns and faces the attacker. Very similar, our left front defender. She ends up staying in 2 by 2, 6 by 6, and just turning and facing the attackers. Our right front defender, in this case, moved up just a little bit in case that attacker tips or rolls and we're there to be able to dig the ball. Our off blocker, in this case our left front blocker, works extremely hard seeing the set and reacting to the set by pulling off the net and end up being in 10 feet inside and 10 feet off the net position we also call 10 by 10. Being in this position allows us to do two things: defend hard-driven spikes towards us, and also being able to react to anything that happens right here in front of us. That means when somebody tips or rolls shots on our team. Next slide shows how we defend slide. It's one of the most efficient attacking options in the world of women's volleyball. Our middle just slightly reacts to the right. We know most of the slide attackers like to cut the ball back sharp cross court more than going down the line. Our middle made a slight adjustment to the right to be in attacker's cross. Our 2x2 moved up a little bit to defend attacker's cross sharp and maybe potential bounce. And our right front, based on read, she works hard to get closer to a 10-foot line to form a cup that allows us to have 3 defenders all over that slide attacker. Our left back defender, it's slightly off the sideline. We like to call it an arm length off the sideline, forcing attacker to actually physically hit the line. Otherwise, she will dig that line. Our middle blocker is trying to make a good read. In this case, Brazil executed that well, but we have our left front blocker all over that slide hitter, and this is exactly what we like to see. Next photo shows how we are defending red. That's a quick attack on the right side, front row, and D, that's a back row attack on the right side. Middle will just usually stay in the middle position and face the attacker. Arms are down, ready to dig. Our left front usually starts in 2x2 position, but as soon as she makes a great read that the ball is going to end up going to the right side, she pulls back, lined up with middle on the line, defending line. Our 2x2 right back attacker is disciplined, stopped, quiet, with arms down, ready to dig. Our off blocker, right front blocker, works hard to get close to the 10-foot line and be in that 10 by 10 spot, which means 10 feet inside and 10 feet off the net. These were just a few examples of how we would like to defend certain attackers. We like to play very simple defense, be in great spots, react to every ball, and create as many opportunities for us to be able to convert on the very high level. USA Volleyball should aim to be the best block defensive team in the world. Thank you for being with us, and I hope I talk to you soon.